good times. Ready for your feature comedian? Yes, he was voted one of Baltimore's hottest young comedians in 1986. Welcome, Lon Kieffer!
Wow, all that applause. Big round of applause for, what's his name? Yeah, oh, Matt Harris as well. Yeah, Matt Harris. So, I'm just going to get started, if that's all right with you, because I kind of think I know what you're thinking looking at me. You're thinking, you don't look like a comic, you look like an old cop. And a newborn infant, like, all at the same time. I got that weird combination. I think it's the double chin that one minute I look menacing and the next minute I look just adorable. And I want you to know how that happens. It's the dimple that transitions between those two things. And I get this, people always tell me that I look like Hank from Breaking Bad. Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you something. Hank ain't got a dimple, so just back off, Hank. This is my time. This is my time. I did, back in 1986, I was voted one of Baltimore's funniest young comedians, and then I retired from comedy and went into my career, and I got pretty serious about things, and I had to remind myself, I call myself the retired comic, I had to remind myself that to just let humor work. Because humor is a healthy understanding of moments others recognize. So we're all going to recognize some things together tonight. Thanks for coming out, fulfilling my dream of comedy, and we're just going to have fun. I'm celebrating being here. I'm celebrating my 55th birthday. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that applause. It was 7 years ago. You know, I'm going to keep on riding that high, you know. I'm a plusser. I'm a 55 plusser, a +7 to be exact. I had to RSVP for a awards banquet the other day, and they said, Mr. Kieffer, will you be bringing a +1? And I said, no, she's a +8. I love that joke because it never quite lands with the ladies. They think I'm making fun of somebody's body type. No, she's 1 year older than me, and I think the real issue is that you just don't like doing math. It's a simple math joke. My wife is 1 year older than me, so she's a +8. Where am I? I got any plussers out here? Any other plussers? 55 plussers? I'll come back later. I'll come back to you all later. But no, I'm at that age where people are like, you're doing comedy? Shouldn't you be retired and living in a gated community? And I'm not. I got screwed twice in life. I was born on the wrong side of the tracks, and it looks like I'm going to be retiring on the wrong side of the gate. And like the only way I'm getting in is with an invitation if they leave my name with the guard and the gate open, because I can't climb. I'm looking for a rancher. Got bad knees, man. In fact, like 1 year ago today, this is true, comics will mislead you, but this is true. 1 year ago today, I had double knee replacements. Yeah. Okay. So, that's not impressive, I guess. But it was the best decision I ever made. I mean, I couldn't do this before then. I mean, 2 new knees, man. I am so happy that I did it. I feel like a young man again. And I tell you what, medicine now is amazing. You go in there and you get 2 knees replaced, and they come to you the very next morning and tell you it's time to go home. And I'm like, what? Yeah. They say it's time to go home. I'm like, all right, if you're kicking me out, give me my car keys. And they said, no. In our medical opinion, you are not safe to drive. You'll have to call your wife. And I said, well, in my marital opinion, she is not safe to drive. So I walked home. Yeah, I'm a relative newlywed. I was a single dad for 20 years. And the only reason I tell you that is because if my wife were here, she would tell you that. She would say, yeah, we've only been married for 5 years. He was a single dad for 20 years, and he was married for 13 before that, which I'm thinking, wow, she's really proud of me. But I realize it's just her way of saying that, like, during my formative years, I was somebody else's responsibility. And she hasn't quite finished training me. She treats me like a rescue. You know, like she found me on the side of the road, unable to do laundry or feed himself. It's crazy. But I was a single dad for 20 years, and I fought for the right to do that. I wanted to be a part of my kids' lives. I wanted to, you know, be able to raise them, and I got primary custody, and every morning I'd get up and I'd make them a hot breakfast before they went off to school. I went to their parent-teacher meetings. When they came home from school, I would greet them. I would, go to their games and their events, and I coached their teams. I made dinner. I laid in bed and read to them at night. It was a lot of hard work. And if I had known that, I probably would have just paid the child support. I mean, you gotta watch what you wish for sometimes. I mean, those are years I'm never gonna get back. Oh, unbelievable. And it made me stay single because I didn't want to mess things up with the kids. And I said, I'm not gonna get married unless I marry unless I meet the perfect woman. And I mean, you know, I had a lot of options. I mean, look at me. But I did. I finally met and married the perfect woman. And another watch what you wish for moment, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you think you want a perfect wife or a perfect spouse until you get one, and then you realize what you really wanted was a little bit of dysfunction. A little bit of plausible deniability if the relationship doesn't go so well, because, I mean, she's way better than me. And she reminds me of that all the time. Like, she let me know right after the honeymoon. Like, we were dating for 10 years, no problem. But as soon as I wifed her up, she started having opinions. We get home from the honeymoon, and she lets me know that I apparently do not respect the dish towel. You understand where I'm going with this, gentlemen? Listen up. So, for me, a dish towel was, you know, it was like a utility knife, like a Swiss Army knife. I used it for everything. It was on my shoulder for whatever I needed. If I had a sweaty brow, I had my dish towel. If I had spilled spaghetti sauce, I had my white dish towel to clean it up. I've been known to use my dish towel to wipe down my boat. My dish towel. My wife said that in her house, a dish towel is only to be used to dry things that have been properly washed. Ladies?
Yes.
Okay, so happy wife, happy life. I tried to honor, we tried a his and hers system. Like, my dish towel looked like a crime scene, and hers looked like it was still on a display rack at Kohl's. And so we tried that for a little while, but we had to move on. And I had a lot of questions about towel-related issues for the rest of the household. Like, what am I supposed to do with the towels in the master bathroom? I'm not allowed to touch those at all. They're in there stacked like 3 layers deep, like they're on display. Like, who's coming to look at these towels? Is a real estate agent coming over to take pictures or something? Why can't I touch those towels? She expects me to use the moldy one on the hook behind the door. We all have them. And I'm like, no way, no way. So I'm defiant, right? When I get out of the shower, I go immediately to the dish towel. And then when I'm done, I put the moist towel back on the arm of the oven where it belongs. Let her figure it out. It's like we're playing Clue now, the household at-home variety. I've noticed that when women leave their house and come back like 2 hours later, they might leave an attractive woman, but they come back with the personality of Peter Falk in a trench coat, smoking a cigar. It's a Columbo reference. Like, they're going to solve the mysteries that occurred while they were gone. It's not that they don't trust their men, it's that they just want them to know that if they ever do anything, they're going to be found out. So they come in and she's like, dee, 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 dee. She sees the wet footprints in the hallway, notices the wet shower and the dry towels in the bathroom, and then she goes in the kitchen and feels the dish towel, and she goes, you dirty, rotten scoundrel. In the kitchen with the dish towel. Yeah, baby, you won the game of Clue. Gotta be defiant, man. I mean, my wife had her eyes on the thermostat, and I had to put my foot down. Yeah, ooh. Let me tell you something. You give a +8 woman access to your thermostat, it's 55 + 8 as a reminder. You are in for some stormy weather, my friend. Change in barometric pressure, drop in temperature, hail in the living room. And then once they have air superiority, the whole house is up for grabs. She moved in, furniture started moving. I had a recliner, I don't even know where it is anymore. I told my wife there will be no more affections in the household until I get my recliner back. How long do you think that took? That would be the obvious joke, I'll let you know, but I was shocked. About 10 days later, she brought a lazy boy into the house. Yeah. His name's Chad, and he sleeps on the couch. He's a lazy boy. He doesn't do anything around the house. But yeah, my wife, she deserved a younger man or like a puppy. You know, she's like a caregiver. She likes to take care of me all the time. Here's a question my wife will ask me. We'll be driving down the road and she'll say to me, "Did you brush your teeth today?" Oh my God, just always just, you know, she follows me around plucking hairs out of my ears, poking holes in my dreams. Who says I can't go rock climbing at my age? You know, don't take my dreams from me, lady. Let me live. She's at her happiest when we were sitting home at night, lovey-dovey in the living room, all cozy. She just loves it. If I get up and like go into the kitchen for a snack, she goes, "Where you going? What you doing?" I'm like, "Oh my God, leave me alone. Oh, give me some space, lady." If I come back to the living room from anywhere in the vicinity of the bathroom, she goes, "Good boy, good boy." I'm like, "Oh my God, leave. Oh man, if she starts following me around with a plastic bag on her hands, I'm pulling the collar off and running away. I don't think it'll do me any good though, because I think she has me chipped. I'm not sure. I just know that if I go anywhere in the vicinity of a Chick-fil-A, my phone will ring. "Hello, where you going?" Oh man, I had to introduce a little bit of deceit in our marriage. I had to find a Chick-fil-A that was in a parking lot with a Planet Fitness. Yeah, you need your freedom. You gotta come up with ways to get your freedom. She likes to try and make me do like household chores. Like the one she likes is to make me help her put clean sheets on the bed. And I'm like, "I didn't even know you had to clean sheets. Like I never did that before you came home." But like we're doing it all the time because like I eat a lot of crackers in bed. Anyway, so she wants me to help her, like to prove a point, and so I help her. I'm not gonna lie, she does 3 corners. I let her do most of the work, but you know that 4th quarter is the hardest corner. I'm like the closer in the fitted sheet category in our household. And I'd like to make a public service announcement, ladies. If your man has a pile of clothes at the foot of the bed, like on that bench, he's still wearing those clothes. Do not take them and put them in the laundry. They are still in play. Thank you. Thank you. Hey man, they get the dish towel, you guys get the clothes at the foot of the bed. It's all about compromise, getting along. So yeah, she makes me do stuff like household. And when it comes to putting the pillowcases on the pillow, I'm lost. We got like 8 pillows, and I've not been properly trained. She knows which pillowcase goes on each pillow. I'm kidding you not. I don't know whether we're like on a Dewey Decimal System or a metric system, or I mean, there's no granimals or anything on there. I just know if I get it wrong, she gets very mad. But if I get it wrong, I don't ever have to do it again. So I'm pretty much getting it wrong every time. So where's my 55 plusers out there? I asked earlier, where's my baby boomers? No? We don't have any? Whoa, what just happened there? You a baby boomer? How many? What are you? Plus what?
+7.
+7? Or did you say 5'7"?
5'11".
I'm gonna leave that one. He's old, short, and tall, and doesn't understand what I'm asking. But thank you for your service, sir. So I'm looking for baby boomers here to confirm that growing up, you had batteries in your refrigerator like me, right? Yeah, that's right. We got a couple of nods out there. Baby boomers believe batteries would last longer in the refrigerator, so that's how we did it. And we also had like turtles on our countertop in a little plastic dish with a fake palm tree. You remember those days? Weird times. But batteries in the refrigerator because they last longer. Turns out they don't. New York Times put out an article a while back that said that it actually degrades the batteries. And baby boomers across the nation were furious. My kids were happy. My daughter came over and took the batteries out of the refrigerator. About a week later, my remote control died, and I went to the refrigerator to get batteries, and they were not there. So now I got a dead remote control that I'm going to lose, so I put it in the refrigerator. Right? It makes sense. I got my ways, don't judge me. I got my ways, millennials, Gen Zs, I'm doing just fine. So I got my remote control in there, and then my daughter comes back to visit me again and sees it. So she made an appointment for me with a neurologist. And this neurologist was a cocky millennial, he didn't know nothing. He said, your kids are worried about you because you had a remote control in the refrigerator. And I leaned in and I said, I need batteries. And then he wrote down anger issues. And now he's got my kids trying to move me into an assisted living facility. They tried to take the car keys from me, but they couldn't find them because they were in my sock drawer. Hear me out on this. I got my ways, millennials. I keep my keys in the sock drawer because I got really nice fuzzy slippers that don't require me to put on socks. Socks are a real hassle at my age. So the only time I put on socks is if I'm going to leave the house. So I go to the sock drawer, get a pair of socks, grab the car keys, and I'm out the door. Makes sense, right? No? Well, then you're really going to like the rest of this joke. And because I'm a baby boomer, I know the apocalypse is coming, and you never leave the house without cash. You got to have cash. Where do you keep the cash? Present day, you keep it in the freezer. Cold, hard cash. Yeah, always thinking. You got to have a strategy. And since the mattress is available where cash used to be, that's where I keep my batteries. Because see, if I get tired, I go take a nap in the bed, and then I reach down and get the batteries, put them in the remote control, and the whole house is reinvigorated. Went a very long way for that joke. But wait, there's more. So I don't own a gun, but if I did, I would keep it in the bathroom. Because I think if I had an unanticipated need for a gun, I'd have an unanticipated need for a bathroom. It's all about efficiency, ladies and gentlemen. So I still haven't found my baby boomers here. I know how tall this guy is, but I don't know how old anybody is. But let me tell you, when you turn 50, the mail starts coming. You start getting different stuff in the mail, like I get AARP stuff coming to me, and ironically, coupons for New Balance tennis shoes. Yeah, you get to a certain age, you wear New Balance tennis shoes because they've got arch support, they're a little wider. But then when you advance in age, when you hit your 60s, you move on to Skechers, am I right? Yeah. I got Skechers on right now. Look at that, the slip-in, slip-on kind. Look at that, I'm out and free. No bending over necessary there. Yeah, no unnecessary bendovers. You always got to save a bend over because I got a physical coming up. How many of you tonight, you get ready to go out and the woman takes like 2 hours to get ready and she looks amazing, but she comes out and you're the bad guy because you're sitting there and you don't have your shoes on? Oh, wait, you're not ready. And I'm like, no, I'm ready. Just look. Like, wham. Bam, let's go, baby. I'm ready. Who's the jerk now? Yeah. But fellas, let's face it, there's really no point in even getting dressed because you're going to have to be inspected and you're probably going to be sent back to change. Happens to me all the time. So I just sit there with my shoes off, my Duluth underwear on, my Hanes t-shirt tucked into my underwear, and I wait for further instruction. I'm very efficient if I get ready. I keep the underwear and the t-shirt right in the drawer next to the dish towel. So I'm ready to go right away. Yeah. There's a whole wardrobe for 55-plussers. I mean, you got these shoes. Look at these shoes, man. They got white soles. Makes me feel so young. I got my fancy feet. And then you got the fancy pants now. Look at these pants. Look at this. Man, these ain't like those jeans that like chafed and you had to warm them up for like 5 minutes. Man, you get in these and you're ready to move, man. I got my fancy shoes, my fancy pants, make me want to dance, baby. These pants go wherever I go. Yeah. You women, you got your Lululemons. These are Costco kumquats. That's what I'm saying. $9 Kirklands. Yeah. But that's only part of the wardrobe, ladies, as you're dressing your American baby boomer male. The shirt is a very slippery slope. We notice in our careers that we just can't wait for the day where we don't have to tuck in our shirts and tighten up our collars. We start by rolling the cuffs under, like we think they're cool. And then we get to that point where our women that are dressing us will finally buy us an untucked shirt. Oh, that's a glorious day. But you must be careful in how you dress your baby boomer American male. Because, if you put him in a shirt that's a little bit bigger, they are very much like an African angelfish, and they will expand to fill whatever container you put them in. So if they're a large and you give them an extra large, it's a slippery slope. I mean, they're like one Mardi Gras weekend away from being a XXX Tommy Bahama with a floral print asking you if they can have a parrot. Oh, word. Yeah, like that guy right there. Left his parrot home tonight. Oh my God. And you notice that the bigger they get, the more flamboyant. Looking good, sir. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's amazing. So, I'm going to have to leave you all soon, unfortunately. I've had a good time. You guys had a good time? Yeah. So, that career I went off to do when I retired from comedy. Anybody want to guess? No, my God. You're looking at a nurse. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I know the minute you saw me, you thought, that guy looks nurturing. Yeah, in 1980, when I announced that I was going to nursing school, they're like, yeah. We weren't too woke in 1980, but I went to nursing school. And I'm gonna leave you with this one. This comes from about the second year of my career in nursing. I'm working 3 to 11 shift, and they come up to me at about 10:15 and they say, Lon, we need you to work 11 to 7. And I'm like, there's no way, I can't do it, I'm exhausted. I went to school by day, I've got a mortgage to pay now, baby on the way. I'm working 3 to 11 for life, work-life balance. I just can't work 11 to 7, I'll never make it. He said, don't worry. We'll put you in the intensive care unit where you don't have too many patients. I'm like, but I've never worked the intensive care unit. They said, you gotta do it, people's lives depend on it. I said, I know, that's why I don't wanna do it. So they put me in the intensive care unit. I only had 2 patients. One of them was doing fine, his family was visiting, and he was gonna get moved out to a regular floor the next morning. But the other one was a guy, he's about my age now, about my build, maybe about 5 pounds overweight, just 5. And he had a massive heart attack. So he was real touch and go, but he looked fine. He's sitting there watching TV, but on the other side of the bed, there's that monitor, keeping track of every vital function. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I fell asleep at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not talking where your chin hits your chest and you wake back up. I'm talking drool was coming out of the side of my mouth. I woke up to hear what has got to be the most frightening sound you ever want to hear as a health professional. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So I call out the code blue, I run in there, I jump on the bed, start beating on the guy's chest. All the doctors start running in the room, and then I hear, this has been a test of the emergency broadcast system. It was the TV signing off at night. But here's the deal. If you're looking for a negative, you can find a negative. So thanks for coming out tonight to look for a positive. Yeah. Thank you. This should be the end, but there's more. There's more. The guy did something that I'll never forget. It's the funniest thing ever. He said to me, I just checked on you 5 minutes ago, and you were resting comfortably. So whatever your role is here at your table, whoever you're with, don't be so in charge, taking care of them, that you don't let them take care of you. Thank you for coming out tonight. Let humor work. My name's Lon Kieffer.
All right, some more for Lon Kieffer.